I got Ambassador Volker back with us now. We had a bit of a power outage in Kyiv. It's in the middle of a war, folks, and it's remarkable at times how well Kyiv runs. Ambassador Volker, as I was saying, it was good to see you. Richard Engel, I know you didn't get a chance to hear it. He was telling me there's a lot of visiting dignitaries this week, that he feels like there's a real attempt here to almost reinvigorate the coalition, reinvigorate Kyiv. Do you get that sense? Is that part of the reason why you're there?
Well, it's many things all at the same time. First off, it is the restart of the work year, the academic year. This is just after Labor Day, so people are coming through. I'm really delighted to see that Tony Blinken was here because he's going to have some tough arguments to make on Capitol Hill about continuing to fund Ukraine's war or Ukraine's defense against Russia's war in Ukraine. And I think having his personal engagement and expertise is really important to that. You have the annual Yalta European Strategy meeting. It's a major international conference that brings people here. And then for my part, I'm here for the annual board meeting of the American University Kyiv, which we founded a few years ago. We opened our doors during the conflict. We have over 350 students, and it's important that we have this American-Ukrainian co-investment in higher education.
Well, let's talk about making the case for continued funding, because I imagine you may have already been helping. You may be asked by Tony Blinken and others to help. A lawmaker may say to you, Ambassador, look, I'm sympathetic. My constituents, they're not sure, but I only got one more vote in this left in me. All right, I'll go one more time. But is this going to go on for another 2 or 3 years? Can you answer that question any other way than probably?
You can't dissemble. You got to be honest. We don't know how long this will take. Ukraine will win the war because you can't take the Ukrainianness out of Ukrainians. They will be Ukraine. This is their country. They will fight for it. They will die for it. So this is not going to go away. And Vladimir Putin's Russia, as much as they want to attack and kill Ukrainians, will never succeed. You can't kill that fast. And so we know how this will come out. The question really is, what do we do to end it faster? Will we give Ukraine the equipment that we possess that would help them end the war faster? And from an American voter, an American budgetary perspective, is the amount we're spending on this worth it? Let's just look at it. We're spending, we've given Ukraine about $28 billion in military aid so far, and that is U.S. equipment transferred to them, and then we count down the dollar value. It's not money, it's equipment. And that has resulted in Ukraine surviving, taking back territory, substantial amounts if you think back to last year, and Russia tearing itself apart. And that's about 3.5% of the U.S. annual defense budget. I would say that's a bargain. And I think with the stakes of free people and helping other free people are enormous.
So look, there's a bit of a diplomatic push in the next 6 weeks because you got a lot of gatherings that are happening. You have UNGA coming up, the UN General Assembly. My apologies for using colloquial language there. Obviously, the G20 is another opportunity. What's realistic of progress the Ukraine military can make by the end of this calendar year? I was asking that of Richard, and one thing he pointed out is that there isn't a winter, that fighting doesn't stop in the winter the way maybe some people thought it would, that the fighting will continue, but it slows down. But what's realistic and how much progress they can make that would make the case that, hey, support is worth doing? Yes, it takes time, but what progress do they need to show?
Yes, I would encourage everybody watching to pull out a map and look at Crimea. Crimea is a dry, rocky peninsula attached to Ukraine, and Russia has claimed Crimea as its own, but it is not connected to Russia in any meaningful way. They built a bridge with a rail line and a road line to get there, and now they've taken over parts of southern Ukraine to create a land bridge so they can supply Crimea from there. What Ukraine can realistically do is break the land bridge, prohibit Russia from supplying its troops in Crimea from Russia directly across southern Ukraine, and break the Kurt Strait Bridge so that they can't supply their area. If they do that, Crimea is cut off. The Russian forces there cannot be sustained.
Is that realistic before the end of the year?
Yes, it is. Look
be
at the
huge.
progress the Ukrainians are making in the south right now. They've passed Itobikina. They're heading toward Tokmak, and they are getting within range of those key rail and road lines that go across southern Ukraine. All they have to do is disrupt it. They don't need to occupy all of this themselves. They just need to disrupt it.
Are you concerned that the presidential race will turn into that even though Ukraine won't be the central issue, that the two nominees, one will be decidedly pro-funding Ukraine and the other one won't? How concerned are you about that moment?
Well, I think it's something we should try to avoid because it's not.
Have you spoken to your old boss about that?
Yeah, it's not in either party's interest to make Ukraine a domestic U.S. political issue. We have national security interests at stake, and we ought to be able to come together on that. And Americans are going to vote on domestic issues anyway. So what I would really love to see is a bigger supplemental package for Ukraine this year, big enough to carry us through a presidential election.
Avoid the presidential year.
We don't have to have multiple votes.
It's the logical thing to do, Ambassador, but as I joke often around here, we banned logic in Washington a long time ago. Ambassador Volker, pleasure to get a few minutes with you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chuck. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.